Hello and welcome back to ROADTRIpVIA, the road trip ready trivia quiz made to be played in the car. Today's episode is number 766, the category Friday Night Pub Quiz number 5. This is a 21 question random knowledge trivia quiz. There's a good mix of easy, medium, and hard questions. The categories are from all over. Let's get started with question number 1. Its chemical formula is FeS2. Technically, it's called iron sulfide or iron pyrite. It's shiny yellow. It occurs abundantly as a native ore, and much to the disappointment of prospectors everywhere, it is known by what common name? It is shiny and yellow, and it does appear in some of the places that you would find gold, but it is not gold, it is fool's gold. Question number 2. What is the title of the 1939 John Steinbeck novel that features Tom Joad and his family and deals with people traveling west on Route 66 to California during the Great Depression? We're looking for the title of the 1939 John Steinbeck novel. The answer is The Grapes of Wrath. Question number 3. Blameless behavior, courtesy, and respect for women are among many other elements of the code. What word is most commonly used to describe the code of honor followed by the knights during the Middle Ages? Among other things, blameless behavior, courtesy, and respect for women, that would be chivalry. Chivalry is the answer. Question number 4. Botany is the branch of science dealing with the study of plants. Zoology is a branch of science that deals with the study of animals. What branch of science involves the study of fossils? Some of these questions that are a little bit easier, the name of the game there is to be fast. If you're playing against somebody, the first person to say paleontology gets the point. Paleontology is the answer. Question number 5. Born in 1847 in Missouri, what is the name of the man who joined the Confederate forces and then, after the war, he was declared an outlaw along with his brother Frank when they formed a well-known band of bank and train robbers? His brother's name was Frank James. His name was Jesse James. Question number 6. This word has multiple meanings. As a verb, it means to shudder or tremble. As a noun, it names the container in which an archer carries his arrows. What is this term that we're looking for? It can mean to shudder or tremble, or it can be the container in which an archer carries his arrows. I feel like that's another easy one, so whoever said quiver first wins the point. Quiver. Question number 7. Which building in Vatican City is famous in part for its decorated interior, most particularly the ceiling, which was painted by the Italian painter, sculptor, and architect Michelangelo? We're looking for the name of the specific building in the Vatican City. Michelangelo famously painted the Sistine Chapel. Question number 8. His stories put men and dogs against the frozen wilderness, as in his short story, To Build a Fire. His most famous novel was the 1903 adventure tale, The Call of the Wild. What is the name of this writer? The answer is Jack London. Question number 9. Coined by Carolus Linnaeus in 1758, this classification distinguishes modern humans from earlier species and other primates based on unique anatomical, cognitive, and cultural traits. To which genus and species does man belong? Now, I looked it up, and before I get corrected, technically it is Homo sapiens sapiens, but for the sake of trivia, Homo sapiens works. Question number 10. In Greek mythology, she was chained to a rock to be devoured by a sea monster, but was rescued by Perseus. Daughter of Cassiopeia, she was placed among the stars after her death. What is her name? She was chained to a rock to be devoured by a sea monster, but Perseus rescued her. Her name is Andromeda. Question number 11. At the end of the movie The Wizard of Oz, one of the characters misquotes the Pythagorean theorem. Now, while the error reflects on the screenwriters, it was what character who will be remembered for actually saying it? It happens while he is showing off his new brain. The answer is the Scarecrow. Question number 12. Lake Placid was the host of the 1932 and 1980 Winter Olympics, the latter of which saw the U.S. hockey team beat Russia and eventually win the gold. In which U.S. state is the village named after the lake located? The answer is New York. Lake Placid, New York. Question number 13. The only member of the crew to survive the shipwreck, doing so by clinging to a floating coffin, what is the name of the fictional character created by the author Herman Melville in the great sea epic Moby Dick? The only person who lived to tell the tale. The story starts off by saying, "Call me Ishmael." Ishmael is the answer. Question number 14. Queen Anne of England belonged to the House of Stuart. Edward IV belonged to the House of York. What was the name of the royal house that King Henry VIII of England was a member of? Queen Anne belonged to the House of Stuart, Edward IV to the House of York. King Henry VIII of England was a member of the House of Tudor. House of Tudor. Question number 15. The highest peak in the world is Mount Everest, standing at over 29,000 feet and located on the border of China and Nepal. The highest waterfall in the world is Angel Falls, which falls over 3,200 feet and is located in what country? Angel Falls waterfall is located in Venezuela. Question number 16. Which Abraham Lincoln speech began, "All persons held as slaves within any state or designated part of a state, the people whereof shall then be in rebellion against the United States, shall be then, thenceforth, and forever free"? What was the name of that Abraham Lincoln speech? That was the Emancipation Proclamation. Question number 17. In the heart of Rome, Italy, what is the name of the largest ancient amphitheater ever built, taking 8 years to be built starting in the year 72 and finishing in the year 80. What is the name of this large Roman amphitheater? It is known as the Colosseum. Question number 18. Tom Brady has been to 10 Super Bowls and has won 7 of them. Who is the only quarterback in the National Football League to have defeated Tom Brady in the Super Bowl twice? Only one guy has beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl twice. What is his name? The answer is Eli Manning. Question number 19. In his famous 1807 poem, I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud, what type of flower does William Wordsworth describe as fluttering and dancing in the breeze and tossing their heads in a sprightly dance? This poem, I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud, is actually sometimes called daffodils. Daffodil is the flower he's talking about. And question 20. In 1763, the Treaty of Paris ended the French and Indian War. What war was ended with another Treaty of Paris that was signed 20 years later? That's the kicker. That's the little clue that you need. In 1763, the Treaty of Paris ended the French and Indian War, and 20 years later would have been the American Revolution. American Revolution is the answer to question 20, and if there's a tie at this point, there is a question 21 tiebreaker coming up at the end of this episode. But before we get to that, now is a great time to subscribe to the channel here on YouTube, or you can look us up on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. Any of those social media sites we have a presence on. You can contact us if you have questions or comments or suggestions for trivia categories. We're on all of those social media sites, or you could just subscribe here and leave us a comment below. All right, now let's get ready for question 21, the tiebreaker. Whoever gets closest is going to win the point. 0 Kelvin is also known as absolute zero. On the Fahrenheit scale, absolute zero equals negative 459 degrees. What is absolute zero on the Celsius scale? On the Celsius scale, absolute zero is negative 273 degrees. So whoever got closest to negative 273 wins that point. And if after question 20 there was a tie, whoever just won that point just won the whole game. Congratulations. Thank you for watching. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, subscribe to us here on YouTube, and we'll see ya on the next trip.